we set our boys up to fail.
Lessen the burden of Kudus, Isayaku, for us to go and score. Otuado didn't see this. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mallam Go Betway podcast. It is me, Philip Sichofe, with Danny K and Coach Nimley. It's the international break, so you know how we do it. What is international break? What takes all the attention normally is the Black Stars. And the Black Stars have been in action in Group F for the AFCON qualifiers. Remember that the AFCON is coming off in Morocco and the qualifiers has to be played. So the Black Stars have started their campaign. Unfortunately, though, they started the campaign with a defeat at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. It is Ghana's first defeat in the last 24 years. The last time this happened was in 2000. And now, after 24 years, that record is in the bin. Angola beats Ghana very late in the game, 90+3, to get the 3 points in their group. Meanwhile, Sudan, who are also in Ghana's group, also won against Niger. So then it is Ghana who will be in search of that first win in the campaign. Anyway, thank you very much for always joining us. We love that you drop your comments. So please drop all your thoughts and all your comments about this game and the game that is to come when Ghana plays against Niger on Monday in Morocco in Berkane. And so we'll be discussing that game as well. Like the page, subscribe to the pod, and turn on the notification button so that when we drop it, you'll be the first to know on Spotify, on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Betway Mallam's Go podcast is there. Guys, welcome.
Thank you, Sicho.
Danny, how are you doing?
Charlie.
Anyway, so we are recording the pod. We are recording the pod some like an hour right after the game. We had to gather. So Achu is in Kumasi, Fento is still with the wife and the family. So, but the guy said, no, guys, man. When the game was going on, coach said, guys, wherever you are, I was in the studio at GBC on the panel for the game. And the coach said, guys, we have to do this right now. So we had to move and then gather. Danny K is on leave at his job, but he had to move from home. And the coach as well was watching the game at home.
Yes.
But he had to leave home so that we can meet and then drop the pod for you guys. But yeah, Charlie, we are here to deliver it.
Of course.
Let's start off with the obvious. Let's get into the Ghana lost. Ghana lost the game by a goal to nil. But I want to start a conversation from we've already spoken about the call-up and everything. I want to start a conversation from the lineup. The team that Otuado picked. And when we first saw the lineup before the game, what we made of it. Before we go into, as the game developed, what we saw of it and all the things that happened in that game. Coach, I start off with you. When you saw the lineup in the way it came out, did it surprise you?
Man, I was shocked. I was very, very surprised. Two things surprised me.
I thought it was a fair lineup.
No, it wasn't a fair lineup. If you know your job and you understand your job, tactically and scientifically, the coach shouldn't have started Jordan. He shouldn't have started Elisha.
All right, let's talk about Elisha first. Why shouldn't he have started Elisha?
The last time he had a proper training session was last week, Thursday.
Like he's training with his club,
No, I said a proper training session leading to a game was last week, Thursday. So too was Jordan. Because at Leicester City on Friday, knowing that they were playing on Saturday, the intensity of the training would not be that high. The man played together with Isayaku at club level.
Yeah.
Isayaku came for this game 4 clear days. Jordan reported yesterday. I'm not saying don't use it.
So you're recording the pod on the day of the game. So when you say you reported yesterday, Wednesday, the game was played on Thursday.
Exactly. So what?
Do you have any official reason to make
whether official or not official? Let's say there was an official reason why he couldn't come on time.
Yeah.
But simple scientific proofs will tell you that you shouldn't start. Nothing should have compelled the technical team of the Black Stars to start. Especially when we've got players who could easily step in and do what you'll be required to do. I never thought, did not dream that I will see Elisha Owusu and Jordan Ayew in the Black Stars starting lineup based on the time they arrived.
So those were your two problems in the starting 11.
Third, I think there was the issue of why he decided to play Ali Dusedu as left back I think Tariq Lamptey would do a better job at left back than Ali Seidu.
Has he played in that position before?
Tariq Lamptey?
Tariq Lamptey, has
Yes.
he played in left back?
He's played several at left back for
Brighton?
you remember when they beat Manchester
beat
United
Man
at Old Trafford?
That period.
That's
He
spell.
was at left back.
Oh yeah, that Bole guy
they
was
got- yeah,
injured.
they got-
Estupinian was
got
injured. He had lots of
Exactly.
injuries. He played okay.
I've never seen Ali Seidu.
So he's played at left back at a high level.
Yeah.
Ali Seidu played at left back against USA, and then
No, but
we have got the ball around him, and he's
we
still there.
saw that. Very, very bad.
Yeah.
Now, if you decide to play Ali Seidu at left back, what you need to do as a coach is to aid him with a natural winger who understands how to play on the left.
Okay, let's not go into the tactics now. We'll come there. I just want to pick Danny's thoughts on his lineup, on the lineup. When Otto picked the team, when you saw the lineup, what caught your eye? Were you okay for that lineup to start the game, or was something in there that caught your eye as coach?
To be frank, I agree with Coach because I was surprised Jordan started. Jordan and Elisha started.
Right.
Not that, of course, I was happy Jordan started.
Jordan, yeah.
But I was surprised
Like,
because of the time.
I'm surprised you were surprised.
No, because of the time.
Yeah, because
when
knowing how much you love Jordan.
yeah, that's
I'm
what I'm saying.
surprised
I was happy he started.
Yeah.
But I remember last week when I did my when we spoke about the lineups, I
Yeah.
put Jordan in my starting. I put
True.
Elisha in my starting.
Everybody would have put
But
Jordan.
when during the week, Monday, Tuesday, looking at the pictures, I noticed he wasn't around. Then I reached out. He said, "Okay, fine." He had asked for permission to
be late.
report late. Then I saw the pictures on Wednesday morning that he had arrived. When the boys were having breakfast, he had arrived. So he
Yeah.
touched down in Accra straight to Kumasi, arrived with them. Then he was part of the mandatory training session. That was the final training session before the game. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm very sure Iñaki, who reported
trained
much earlier,
yeah.
obviously will start because in terms of fitness, both of them are around the same because they've played 2-3 games at club level already. So I thought Iñaki will maybe start at number 9. Jordan will come later. And my thinking too, I was like, Jordan should have, all things being equal, had he arrived much earlier,
He starts.
he would have started straight because of
starts.
the form that he
He's surely
showed.
been our best source of goals in more
this
recent
year.
years. In the last 2 years, he
goals.
scored more than everyone else. I think so.
So for me, it was a bit disappointing then, as in before the game, because then I knew that obviously Jordan's not going to start, Elisha is not going to start. Then the lineups come in, both of them are starting. So my initial reaction was, okay, fine, I'm not the coach, but maybe they've assessed them. And to be frank, this is not the first time we've seen a player through. We've seen it, even in club football.
Yeah.
Anthony came from Ajax, hadn't done preseason with them. He did one training session with Man
Entered the
United.
team.
Following day, he was in the team against Arsenal. We saw the same thing. Okay, yeah, the league didn't start, but he still had minutes. But that's the thing. It's not like this is the first time we've seen it. So, yes, I was surprised, but I don't think it was much of a big deal. That's my opinion.
Now let's get into the tactics, coach. Now that was the problem you had in the lineup,
Mhm.
and now in the first off, let's get this out of the way. Then we can talk about what could have been done. The pitch was disgraceful, and for me, I tweeted it that I don't even blame the GFO, NSA, or the Ministry or NSA anymore. I blame CAF. Because when a country is not responsible enough to put things in order, CAF shouldn't allow them to risk the careers of players. And not only Ghanaian players, but the Angola players as well. They also played on the same pitch. I mean, we are not giving the boys the tools to work. And so most of the things you're going to say, we cannot even look beyond the surface on which they were playing because it counts for something for both countries. Coach, I mean, we've been here over and over again. I think it's about time even we Ghanaians start telling CAF that for the safety of our players, Charlie, we beg, we want to watch Kudus. No, seriously, we want to watch Kudus and Partey in us. If you're an Arsenal fan, and you're imagine an Arsenal fan in the UK, Rice has a red card. He won't play against Spurs. Mikel Moreno is injured. He won't play until January. Then Partey is coming and you're watching Partey following him in his country, hoping that he returns fit. You turn on the TV and he's playing on this pitch. If I am an Arsenal fan in England or anywhere, even in Ghana,
you go ballistic.
But I'm petitioning CAF that, Charlie, don't risk. If Mohamed Kudus, this guy is potentially 100 million pound player.
Yeah.
You don't want to risk some injuries that and Isaraku has started life in the Premier League world. Semenyo has started the league world. Gelson Della is a fantastic player. Mapululu is a brilliant player. We can't keep risking the lives of these players.
In that starting lineup, I think we had like 6 or 7.
Six Premier League players.
Yeah, 6 Premier League players.
And Mumin in La Liga is balling.
Yeah.
He's balling.
The starter.
So we can go on about the pitch. We all agree. We all accept that. All those who are in charge of that. Look, if you are
shame. It's a shame.
indeed at the sports authority and you are in charge of this
It's a shame.
and you've seen this, you should resign and go.
To make it worse, Niger won't play in Niger because
Because
they approved their pitch.
The
So,
pitch.
so what is the metric for not approving Niger's pitch?
Sichu, what I don't get is, since 2022, March,
Yeah.
when CAF gave us a list of things to complete at Baba Yara, every single home game we face, they are always giving us conditional
Yes.
clearance. Every single home game. I don't understand. You say you blame CAF.
Yeah.
You're a serious nation. The last time you played at home, your captain told you that,
Yeah.
look, we need better pitches. And then the immediate, literally the next
The game that
international
follows that.
window,
It's probably
it's
worse.
even worse than what.
Yeah, it's
Like,
worse.
what?
You see,
Look, it's
I
absolute
saw-
nonsense. This
This is why I
Like,
blame
I don't
CAF
even-
because Ghana has shown without doubt that Ghana is not serious about football and
No,
infrastructure. But you, CAF, who is the handler of the qualifiers,
Yeah, why should Niger play in Morocco and
Morocco
Ghana?
and
should
Ghana
play
playing
in
in Kumasi.
see, that we all agree with. But you see, for me, I want to go back to the people at the National Sports Authority.
Yeah, I agree. They've got a responsibility as well.
Look.
And the ministry.
They should be sacked. Whoever the head of that authority is should be sacked. Because, Icho, if you treat the pitch the way we have treated it, what do we expect?
And after the game,
Some
opened the
3,
gates for
4
fans
weeks ago,
to go and walk on the pitch
It happened
after the
last-
game, right after the game.
yes, for 3, 4 weeks ago, how was that pitch looking?
They use that week-long church convention.
Yes,
in
how was the
Bassa.
pitch looking? Gross disrespect being shown to the people of this country. I am a Christian. I will always support the Lord's work to be
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
But in doing so, if there's a church that wants to use the facility, a facility that we have cried for, a facility that takes the image of Ghana outside of Ghana, why do you give it to the church people for them to go and destroy the pitch? The next moment it is that right now we cannot use the Accra Sports Stadium.
Done is done.
The next moment we
Remember the last
we-
time the Black Stars played
And
against
Namibia-
Liberia?
was it Liberia or Namibia?
Liberia.
it was
Liberia.
against Liberia.
It was
unacceptable. So for me, look, the authority, you see, at times,
look, and Ghana too, we've not been fair. I remember again, Professor Chumesi's personality meant that he was an easy target. Well, Professor Chumesi has left the job for like close to a year and we've not seen any change. At the moment, it's Mr. Doji
Do you know why?
Numokevo.
Do you know why? Because the people who appoint them, they are the issue.
They are the issue.
It's not the NSA people. They are
How can they
puppets.
do?
oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Prof. Chumesi was an easy target.
you see,
Prof. Chumesi. How can the professor?
is it?
He's gone, and we are still. We
I
are
think-
even worse off.
I think going forward, what we should be talking about, what should be looking at, if any church or program is to be held at the stadium, it has to exclude the service. Nobody. If you cannot get your church members to sit in the stands, or a Shatawale goes to use the facility, if we think those people who will be coming there to support him needs to be on the pitch, then we should pass a law that says that no sports
No activity
stadium
on the
in-
pitch apart from sports. Yeah,
That is it, apart from sports.
because that's we cannot handle activity on the
Or
pitch.
simply cover it.
Look, even
We've
if we
shown
cover
that
it,
we
we don't have the
cannot
capacity.
maintain it. So
So-
let's ban it. Look, let's talk football.
Now let's
Look,
talk football. Coach, let's talk tactics now. So you didn't like certain things about the lineup, but in that first half and that second half, what went right for the Black Stars first and what went wrong?
Man, I didn't see anything that went right. for
Coach,
the
no
Blacks.
way. It's not possible.
Tell me one thing that you thought that went right. Show me.
Saleh, how do you want? Even my Eric Ten
You
Hag,
show me.
Eric Ten Hag
So,
highlighted-
we are not talking about
Even-
Eric Ten Hag.
Even your Eric Ten Hag,
you can see good
things that go right.
tell me one right thing that Otuato.
Okay, now let's talk about let's talk about
Tell
how
me.
you, let's talk about how you view
No,
the
you
game.
tell me. You
No,
have
no.
There are two of you
No, I'm
sitting
very
here.
surprised
You
that
have
after
problem.
this game, you
Now
didn't
let
see
me rather
any-
keep quiet for you to tell me what
Okay,
you
coach.
think he did right.
Give me your impression about the game. Let me put it that way. So I appreciate.
Look, you see,
No, even different
I
read.
tell you.
there was nothing right about the team.
What? Why is that?
You see, the shape of the team was very wrong. Important roles that required simple thinking of the right personnel. Decisions were made based on favoritism.
But I thought Otoado has never had that tag with favoritism.
Today, the tag showed itself. Like I started earlier on.
The Jordan issue.
Can you tell me why he had 2 DM in the team today? Why there was the need for Elisha Wuzu to start this game today? Can he tell me? Do you understand why Elisha had to start?
Then you get why they
This is a player, again, look, we tend to blame Salis for not knowing how to pass the ball forward. Elisha Wuzu is even worse off. He's always doing this.
I think he plays in 1 sec, and he'll pass some boy and he'll do himself like,
give it to me, give
Yeah,
it to me,
like-
give it to me. Now he
like-
gets it, then he goes square.
Elisha is stressed.
That is an important, you see, that role, that position, that role in the team is so crucial. Look, let me tell everybody, maybe people have not noticed that. Partey is no longer a ball-carrying midfielder.
Yeah. Sets the tone for you to take it out.
He received passing ability. In this game, we needed somebody who will carry the ball from midfield and get it, draw people onto them, give it to Kudus, lessen the burden of Kudus, Isayaku, for us to go and score. Otuado didn't see this.
He didn't
He didn't see this.
see this.
Together with his deputy, John Pencil and co, they didn't see it. And they kept Elisha Wusu in this game for close to 80 minutes. The one who shouldn't have even started the game. He shouldn't have even started the game. Then you keep him there for close to 80 minutes. We needed to score. We are the home team.
But how did it really affect the Black Stars?
I'm telling you
outfit?
now.
Yeah.
You take him out. You introduce Majid Ashmeru, who will always avail himself to receive the ball from Partey, who is a proper ball carrier. We saw him when he came on. One, he was going this way. The next moment, he's turning this way. Bap! He's picking the true pass, and the chance has been created. And we saw that when he entered and Partey dropped him, we could create at least one clear. In fact, the clearest of chances.
The one that could distract and
The
then
one
defender
that
block.
Semenyo gave the pull out and Kurustra and the defender blocked for corner. 2, you see, if you're working with your players and you don't even know where each and every one of them is more comfortable, can they tell me they don't know that Tariq Lamptey is more comfortable at left back than Ali Duseidu? Can they tell me they don't know that? It means they have not been even watching and studying their own players at club level. I believe that if you want to go a back 4, where there's no Gideon Mensah or no Babarama or no whoever natural left back, and you've got Alidu and Tariq, it shouldn't be what we saw.
But
should be
did
the other way
Alidu
around.
playing on that side affect?
Going forward, 0. Can you look at that game and tell me perfectly?
Oh, but in the post game, I heard the coach saying that at some point Alidu was going too high, so you had to tell him to come, relax a bit
That
and
was
play in the
his job.
pockets. And so when you say he's not going for, the coach said the guy was going. You are
No, but-
saying he's not. The coach say he's going too much.
Too much.
That's what I'm saying, that he knows that the ball going forward is 0. So it is rather I restrict him from going forward.
But if he plays on the right, he will still be 0.
No, but at least not us.
Okay,
Very
that comes more
bad.
natural to him. So
But more natural to him. again, if you have a player who is playing at left back, who is so uncomfortable, the least you can do to minimize his burden is to give him a natural winger, somebody who understands how to play in that role. Me, Semenyo at club level, I don't remember the last time I saw him play as a left winger. Maybe you can correct me. So Otto Addo's role that he deployed to some of the players on the pitch made our team look very uncomfortable.
Is it becoming a common theme? Because I remember in the friendly games under him, and in fact, the last 2 games he played, he tried to use Nyama in some very interesting positions and half spaces, false 9. And now you are talking about how he's used Ali Jusaidu and Tariq, and even now also Semenyo.
Semenyo, very wrong. I don't know what Joseph Pencil really needs to do to Addo in particular, for him to tell him that, look, I am one of the natural wingers of this team. My form merits that I start some of these games. When the team was selected, I questioned the balance of this team in the attack. I did say that we had too many number 9s in the team. And therefore, the lack of proper wingers will worry. And I saw Isayaku and Joseph Pencil as the 2 natural wingers in this team. And this Black Stars team has always looked better when we have our wingers flying on the flanks. During the days of Stephen Appiah and Michael Essien and Sule Muntari, we were a better team when we had those people in the middle of the park. But even that, we saw that it was Essien, Stivo, Anai, and then at times Lai, and then Sule. Sule would play as a left winger, but because he wasn't that pacey, he tended to drift in and allow our fullback to go. And we were very compact in the middle. Now, another reason why Otto didn't see anything. Come on, when he together with his technical team, they have been our biggest disappointment.
Who was that?
Otto Addo?
No, is there another thing he didn't see? Like, what other thing?
What was the meaning of the timing of his substitution? Joseph Pencil.
I have an interesting theory about the timing of substitution, but I'll allow you to finish.
Don't bring any theory that tends to justify that, because it will be flawed.
Should I?
Bring it. Let me flawed.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. So I think that Otto substitution, the best time he should have made them was right at the beginning of the second half.
Proper!
Then he didn't make it.
Proper!
But once he didn't make it, some way, somehow, the team picked a certain momentum and a cohesion. They played better in the second half than they did in the first half. I'm thinking that Otto was probably scared of disrupting any rhythm they had picked. Because at that time, Angola was sat in their half. Isayaku was seeing a lot of the ball. Semenyo was combining well with Mohamed Kudus. Jordan was making interesting runs that actually brought Kudus into the... So I'm thinking, Otto's looking at the team and is wondering if he makes one change, if the team loses that momentum. If he makes one change, does it disrupt the flow? That is my only excuse for him. Because at the start of the second half, he should have changed something.
So he kept the momentum for 40 minutes.
He probably, that's what I'm saying. So
that was a bad momentum to have kept.
He probably was not...
Extremely bad momentum to have kept. Momentum.
Kids are listening. Is that how to pronounce the word?
You're a scientist.
I did physics. So I did physics.
Yes.
So don't question the pronunciation. Just accept it for now.
But momentum is more physics than anything else.
That's what I'm saying. I did physics. Yes. I'm a science student through and through. And I'm saying forget about the pronunciation and accept momentum. Accept that one for now. It was a bad momentum to have kept for 40 minutes. What? We need to win the game.
And they were knocking.
They were not knocking.
Semenyo, to be fair, Angola's goalkeeper had a very good game.
Look, apart from that Semenyo shot, all the rest were loose balls. He was just picking the balls in the air, through a ball.
Oh, some of the area balls he claimed were very confident from him. Some of the.
And I'm saying that he was just picking those areas. You put me
Is
there.
it just
if you put
your
me,
goalkeeper not
I
go
said if you put me there, I make those saves all day, all night, without any stress, with chicken ease. I make those saves all day. I come and plug the ball. The ball is looping. Come goalkeeper, then he will cut there. He will lie down to kill time. You will make those saves. He will all make those
Easy.
saves. All day.
So, okay, coach, now let me know. So, what changes should he have done? At
Look,
what point should he
simple.
have affected those
Simple.
substitutions?
First and foremost, I was talking about the Tariq Lamptey
Yeah, and yes. Yeah.
switch.
Yeah.
Secondly, I wouldn't have started Elisha Owusu. That is Ashimeru's position. Ashimeru is fit, though. He's fit to go. Now, if the pitch is that bad, the best way to maximize your effort is to let go of it quickly. Move a lot quickly. Kudus picks up the ball, and in very tight situations, there are players there. He wants to dribble past everybody. That is where, as a coach, you scream and you say, come on, let go. We saw that thing in the last game we played.
Yeah.
In that second half.
I thought he said it in his post game that there were points where
the movement was solid, so
players
the
were
ball
keeping-
was doing.
No, even after this game, he said there were moments where he thought some players kept the ball too long.
That is it.
Kudus could
You
have
see,
released the ball. He admitted it in his post game.
Olenoko, as the manager, you don't come and tell me you saw that and you didn't do anything.
But
and you expect me to buy into
I
that.
think he told the players he would have.
He told who plays, which player, who. Substitute him if he wouldn't do as you say. I never touch him. You see, we are not joking here. The blaster is not the place to joke. Is he afraid of some of the players or what? Is he afraid of them? So he cannot come and tell me post-match that some of the players kept the ball, held on to the ball unnecessarily. We could see that they were doing that unnecessarily. And it was harming the team. You see, when you are playing against a team that is sitting very deep, the moment you dwell on the ball necessarily, you are giving them enough time to organize, give themselves proper defensive line cover, and then to nullify whatever you throw at them or to repel those things away from them. Me, today, my biggest disappointment was the technical team.
Okay, coach. I'll come.
The player selection, the way he deployed them on the pitch. Look, there are times as coaches, you see, most people tend to blame Pep Guardiola at times that he tends to micromanage. But there are times as coaches, you have to do that. And I'm telling you honestly, this was one of the times that Otuado should have because you see, the pitch was not favorable. The pitch was bad. So then you, as a coach, you look at that. You assess the pitch. Look, this is the best way we have to play. And you stand on your feet. Maybe because, look, we all thank God for their lives. We would have heard something that would have been completely
it's one thing we
foreign.
should have mentioned here. We are
Look,
very thankful.
when I heard that they were involved in an accident, I said, oh my God, Lord Jesus, please.
Yeah.
And when I heard Henry Asante speak on the matter, he said they were all fine. Maybe
that affected something.
that affected his ability to micromanage and to push the team. Maybe, because I was telling myself that, look, if I was the one there, I'll be micromanaging their movement and the way they will pass the ball and get them to move. So for me, look, I didn't see anything. I didn't see. Maybe you make me see. And if you say anything that I didn't see, you have to force me to see.
Of course. And in the comment section, we feel free to disagree with some of the things we said. And some of the things coach said. Let me know what you thought was the problem and why Ghana didn't win. We're talking about the pitch.
And look, nobody should overly dwell on the pitch. The Angolan players also played on the pitch.
Okay, Danny K.
They also played on the pitch. You agree to that, don't you?
Oh, yes. The two
We
teams
all
played.
agree to that.
Yeah, we
that they
agree.
also played on the pitch. When Ali Dusedu sat there and the guy dribbled him, the guy didn't dribble him in the air or in the vacuum. It was on that same pitch, and the guy, he couldn't throw his left foot. You saw that? Wabrese Tam.
Coach, you're done with your time.
Is in Ghana, we say, Muga. Muga.
Danny, let me come to you. Danny, let me come to you. I mean, coach has pointed out things that he thought didn't work, things that he thought wasn't right in the team. I don't know what you made of it, how Ghana started the game, what Otto should have done, and what didn't work for the Black Stars.
Charlie, it didn't pain me, to be frank. I shame it, but it's one of those things. It's one of those
I saw your tweet
things. Charlie, pay me.
where you said, by all means, they'll find a way to win.
But it didn't happen.
You know, work. I'm fat.
You see, coach said we shouldn't talk about the pitch, but the pitch was a huge factor.
I
Huge
didn't
factor.
say we shouldn't talk about the pitch.
No, you see,
I said we shouldn't overly dwell on that.
look,
It was a huge. We all admit.
yeah, I'm choosing.
But the Angolan play, they also
No,
play
that's
on the
true.
pitch.
That's true. And I understand where you're coming from. But
Yeah.
you see, in terms of game plans, the pitch affected Ghana more than Angola. We went into the game to dominate the ball, control possession, control the tempo.
Can't it just before you continue? I don't think we would have dominated the ball against this Angolan team if the pitch was good.
We would have.
They
They're a
would have.
counter-attacking team.
They
No,
would have.
They've played here in Kumasi
No.
last time around.
The Angolan team,
Against,
which is the same team I saw in the AFCON, if the pitch is good, you will see they have a
It's
better
the same
pitch.
coach, the same
They'll
team.
deal with us.
Counter-attacking team. And at the AFCON, when they were playing their mates, yeah, they dominated. When
They
they
were
played
playing
teams who were above them,
But we
They
are
went
not
counter-attack.
above them.
no, we are above them.
In what way?
We are above them.
We have been booted out of our recent
Yes,
competition
but in
in the
this
first
game
round.
at home,
They
Ghana
have
was
progressed.
favorites.
They have been progressing
Yes,
to the
but in this
semi-final
game,
as a quarterfinal,
in
second
this
round.
game, Ghana
Because I
was
think that-
favorites.
I
That's
think
what I'm
that
saying.
Angola would have come to Ghana to try and
They don't dominate possession. They are
Yeah.
counter-attacking team.
They've beaten you when the
No,
pitch
as-
is bad.
as
If
for
the pitch
beating
is
you-
good, they'll beat you.
no. So that the case, so that's what the beating is different. That the case saying that the pitch was, some teams go very long. It's like those days if you played against Stoke City
Mhm.
and the pitch wasn't good
It will affect you. It will affect
Sicho.
them.
because they'll go long. They don't need the
Yeah.
pitch.
Sicho.
They need air.
In fact, they were
Sicho.
intentionally.
Yeah,
We know
yeah,
them.
Sicho.
They were
Yes.
intentionally messing up their
A
pitch
pitch so that
against
Sicho.
teams like Arsenal.
Sicho.
and co. We know.
We are not talking about Stoke. You know this Angolan team even better than I do.
They're
Are you
counter-attacking
telling
team.
Why are
me?
you forcing them?
No, don't pretend.
Coach,
when offset, you said things when we are on video and
This thing
you are
you've been
saying
doing.
things.
This
No,
thing you've been
it's
doing.
true. No.
This thing you've been doing. You think you're smart.
Me,
No,
I'm an honest man.
Nobody
Eh.
said anything.
Eh.
Nobody
Sicho.
said anything.
Sicho, before God and man,
Nobody
the
said
girl was not here. You didn't hear myself. What did you tell me?
Okay, I said that if the
You
pitch
see,
was
you are a
good,
godly man. I
No,
know
I said
your
that-
wife. She's a godly lady. She's
Yeah, no,
educated
blackmail,
and everything.
blackmail,
No, so be
blackmail.
honest. I'm
saying
I
that.
didn't say I'm blackmailing you.
I'm saying that.
Wait, didn't we have that
No,
conversation?
we had a conversation,
And repeat what you said.
and I said that.
Mhm.
You see, when you look at the Angolans and the way they play, if the pitch was good,
Mhm.
it could have also been to their advantage.
So they would
Right.
have dominated us.
No. I wasn't saying they would dominate. You see, I didn't say they would dominate. I said it could have been to their advantage because they couldn't put together the pass that would set them to play the way they play in their wing play.
Shisho, you didn't say.
No, I didn't explain that way, but I said that they would have gone to their
Say-
advantage. No, I didn't use the word dominate.
But Candiano.
No, they are two different things. You are saying they would have dominated us. I don't think they would have. But they don't need to dominate us to beat us.
That's the thing.
And that's exactly what they've done.
Exactly. So what
They
I'm saying
didn't
is,
dominate us. And
if the
if the
pitch was
pitch
good-
was good, they would have beaten
Jelson
us.
Gela gets a lot of counter-attacking opportunities to run, but he can't run because the ball will bounce and he will stop. If the pitch was good, he's gone. That's the difference. But I didn't say they would have dominated us. Yeah, I'm like,
Yes.
I'm a God-fearing. My wife is God-fearing.
I'm focusing on the dominance.
Yes, please.
I'm focusing on the dominance. And I'm saying that for teams who go out to play possession style football, if the pitch is not good, it's going to affect you. And for that one is there. It's going look counter-attacking. We saw Central African Republic in the last game.
Yeah.
Their counter-attacks. They were hitting it long. They didn't
Yeah.
need to use the pitch for anything.
But-
Even in this game in Angola, they started hitting the ball long. They didn't need to run and pick and dribble past people because that was the game plan. What I'm saying is that for Ghana, with Partey dictating the tempo of the game,
Elisha
We need-
Owusu.
we need
Add his name.
To be
because
frank,
Zukuni,
but we
you
need
see
that
that
pass.
pass.
Let him.
But
You
why
should
are
add
you
it.
like that?
No, Elisha Owusu.
Why like today?
No,
today
I'm reminding
we came
you
in
of
peace.
No, we are saying
We
the
came
same
in
thing.
peace.
Partey
You talk
and
your
Elisha
own. I'm not
Owusu
talking anything.
dominating.
No, today is
Make it talk.
today
I said
the
you
two
just
of us.
said Partey and Elisha Owusu dominating in midfield.
Danny.
Why are you taking that one of them? No, both in midfield. I don't speak.
Danny Flo.
The coach must stop this thing.
Coach.
I saw you make it talk.
Oh my God.
What I'm saying is that, you see, to be frank, in the first half,
Yeah.
you could tell what they wanted to do. It just wasn't working. In the second half, I think the Black Stars became a bit smarter. I think they were moving the ball around a bit quicker. I thought that in the second half, what we should have done, based on the assessment on the pitch and what you can do and what you can't do on it, what we should have done in the second half was to start taking more shots. Because to be frank, it was too difficult for us to work the ball into that perfect situation.
In
The
that
pitch
first
would
half,
just not
Kudus
allow
took
you.
a shot and the goalkeeper
Spilled it.
Nobody was following up.
Exactly.
On that, I thought that was a chance.
We needed more situations like that. Work the ball in and around the box and shoot. And you see, the instruction should have been clear. Not the placement. Shoot with power. let it go at pull,
Yeah.
and get runners as you are saying.
If you like, keep it low.
Keep it
Let
low.
it bubble. Let
Let
it
it
keep a fumble.
Use the pitch to your advantage.
Yeah.
But we were still trying to work out that perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
And for me, I looked at it from the point of a team that has trained in a certain way, reaches match day, and the pitch has just backfired on what they have planned. To be frank, it takes certain elite.
But they train on the pitch, though.
Yeah, just the day before.
No, they were dead. I didn't.
No,
when
they
did
did.
get to
They did
Kumasi?
Accra.
They did Accra like
Accra
2
like
days.
3 days. No,
3 days.
Three.
And
Then Kumasi
and then
one.
Kumasi once. The mandatory.
No, they trained there before the mandate. They had two training sessions.
And they went to Kumasi on Wednesday.
They went to Kumasi
The
on
game was
Wednesday.
played on
No,
Thursday.
they didn't go to. They went to Kumasi on Tuesday.
No, they went
No.
on Wednesday.
They
That's
didn't go
Wednesday.
to Kumasi
But
yesterday.
Wednesday
joined
morning.
them. Jordan joined them.
Jordan joined them in the morning of yesterday. They were there on Tuesday. They trained on the pitch on Tuesday,
Okay.
and they
Yeah.
trained on the pitch on Wednesday.
Okay.
The Wednesday was the mandatory one. No more.
Agreed.
You are no one.
Anyway, me what I know was they got there on Wednesday. So maybe.
You mate.
Anyway,
So they and
But
Jordan
then-
all got there on Wednesday morning.
Jordan came
That was
later. Jordan came when they were eating. Jordan came when they were eating. Yeah. Jordan came when they were eating. I don't know if it was lunch or
Lunch or-
breakfast,
yeah.
but they let us know in the afternoon. So you never know what happened. And he wasn't saying good morning.
Yeah.
He was saying what's up. If somebody says
What's
what's
up?
up,
What's
he
up
say
there?
the day
Don't
has
serve.
the day, thank you.
Don't stop. Victor is what's up.
No. If somebody say what, if somebody say good morning, you understand?
Yeah.
That one is morning. When somebody says what's up, they mean the day has grown.
Yeah.
The day
It
has
didn't
grown
go
on
on,
you.
yeah.
Now who they talk what's up 8 a.m. in the morning.
No.
And if you see the faces in the videos, they didn't look like boys who are just waking up. No.
Active
So,
boys.
thank you. So if you afternoon, be lunch.
So they got there Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday morning. They got there Wednesday morning. And when they were
Okay,
eating
Kasa.
lunch, you have to
yeah.
enjoy that
Maybe
Elijah.
Jordan joined.
Quick. So, to be frank, I think that the pitch would have favored Ghana more if it was in a good condition. Look, for a counter-attacking team, you just need that one moment. And that's what I was constantly afraid of in the second half. Because you could tell the Angolans didn't need that perfect bounce. They didn't need like the perfect pitch to hit it into space. They had the pace. And if you noticed, the last 10 minutes, Akwasi made this.
Yeah. Tip
tipsy.
the ball over there.
You saw the Angolan guy took 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch,
Yes.
set himself up.
And then
before
let
he
it
took-
loose. Yeah.
When you are playing counter-attacking football, you have a lot of space to exploit. That's when you have that time of the 1, 2, 3. For Ghana, they were sitting deep. So now you have to pick somebody who have to dribble. Like he may not want to, but he will have to because of the
And
proximity
you
of
know,
the defender.
the best way for those is to be coming from the flank.
to be from the flanks. And
And
unfortunately,
Isaku was doing that.
He was doing
all
that, but
on the
Semenyo-
left, Semenyo was
yeah.
not. And we had a player sitting on the bench who could have easily come in to do that. Joseph Pencil. And you are sitting there, John Pencil. Is what is the name of that white man?
he's not white. He's mixed.
Mixed. What is the name of the mixed
Lawman.
man?
Lawman.
Mined Lawman.
Lawman.
Nyefenye nani. They didn't see anything. I'm telling you. Oh, Charlie.
So for me, that was the issue. And frankly speaking, my biggest takeaway is that we set our boys up to fail. That's my biggest takeaway. Look, some of these minute tactical things, I genuinely believe that if the pitch worked in our favor, we would have seen the end to some of these promising moves.
We
which
took
they
them to
look
Cote
really,
d'Ivoire,
they
better
look really,
pitches, oh. They don't really.
And the
No,
different,
no,
instru-
no.
and the
What's
different
it
instructions.
was a different
Now,
coach.
this Otuado, are you saying that Otuado instructs only
Yeah,
works
it's
Are
very
you,
very
are you
different?
also saying that Otuado and Houghton are the same?
I'm also saying that when the pitch is good, he wins you credit. When the pitch is bad, he loses. Tell me he didn't do well.
No, to be fair,
What are you talking about?
The last time
I
we won,
didn't- look,
the last time we
I'm
won
not
against the
saying-
African Republic, the pitch was still no good.
But he won.
They still managed to win. But what you're saying is that you can't keep doing that. It's
That
you,
we all
you can't
agree.
do that against every opponent.
We all agree that
So
the
what
pitch will
Danny
need
is
to
saying
improve.
is, if the pitch was good, some of the
No,
initiatives
the
that the players
problem
took.
I have with Danny is that even he is not. Danny is refusing to admit that although the pitch was bad, the coaching was bad.
No,
The coaching was
wasn't
bad on the day.
No, okay, so you are saying the
what
coaching
are you
is bad.
talking about?
His opinion is that the coaching wasn't bad.
No,
You are
he
saying
didn't
he's
say
failing
that.
to admit.
He didn't say the coaching
Look,
wasn't bad.
He said we
not
set them
admitting.
up to fail.
To be frank,
The pitch set them out to
look,
fail.
No, we set them up to
Look,
fail.
you see, coach, let me make my point. You can point out certain situations where the coach could have done better. That is true.
Yeah.
You can count on my one hand the perfect game plan. You can count the history of football. Hardly does any coach make a perfect game plan or execute the
No, but
perfect
if Ten
game.
Hag makes a
Hardly.
mistake, you say it.
No, he makes plenty mistakes. The
At this-
magnitude of
no,
the
no,
mistake, you there, you see good in
No,
Ten
no,
Hag, but it's
You
I
see
point out his
like-
mistakes.
So
I point out his mistakes.
this is not
as well.
this is not Ten Hag.
Now you say it's not Ten Hag.
But you
are-
brought him
You
inside.
are refusing to.
You brought him
No,
inside.
first you also.
Coach,
My
brought
point
I
is,
beg, let him make
look,
his point. I beg you.
coach, you must stop that.
See, you are the one who called us to come. It's an emergency
I
podcast.
saw.
You're best to arrange our
I am
goal.
shocked that when it comes to Otuado,
So let me talk.
He want to massage the balls of
Okay, so what if he said that you're shocked that when it comes to when,
Charlie, it's 2024. We can't be saying
oh my
this.
God.
I can't be saying what.
You can't be saying this.
Massaging the
Then he
balls of the
continue.
man.
Charlie.
Yeah, so you're saying we sent them out to fail.
Look, I think we set them up with the nature of the pitch. To be frank, it wasn't and I agree with coach. Look, to some extent, it wasn't the perfect game plan. But look, let me just draw this analogy for you, coach. In fact, I'm not talking to
Nah,
you. Siju.
I'm listening. I'm back.
If you are walking across here,
Yeah.
and you slip on this at this particular spot, and the boys tell you that here is slippery, be careful. When you are walking again and you get here, you will be careful.
Be careful. You.
Imagine you are doing this thing for about 2 hours. Every time you pass here, you are careful. And then on the 1 hour mark, they tell you that they've cleaned it, so it's fine. The next time you pass here, mentally,
You will
you will
still
still
be
be careful. So when a coach watches this first half, they were clear, and that's why I agree with you. We all knew that, yes, substitutions needed to be made. But somebody has already grown used to the surface.
Yeah.
Are you going to now let the substitute slowly warm up?
Warm up and adapt to
And adapt
a
to
difficult
it.
condition.
And to be frank, first 5-10 minutes of the second half, they were picking up. That's why for me, from an Otuado point of view, that's why I say, if it was a perfect pitch, you whisk him out quick because then you know that the impact will be instant if you bring in a substitute. But you are not sure the sort of impact that the substitute will make, especially
Under the
because-
conditions.
under the conditions and the demands of the game. Somebody like Joseph Pinsel, perfect for this sort of game. When you are chasing a game, you bring him, he can stretch play, he's direct. But when you look at the struggles that Isahaku was having in having to even Kudus couldn't dribble.
It took Isaku like
Like
35 minutes to adapt
40
to the conditions.
pitch. Exactly. Even Kudus couldn't dribble. It got to in second half, it got to a point. He was using his body to shield. He'll go past one man, slow down and pass. He's not willing to do 1, 2, go. No. Because he was clearly struggling with the nature of the pitch. So in as much as we could all see the needs of the team, you should also need to understand the head coach and understand that the boys are not stupid. They go into the dressing room, they'll talk. Obviously, Otuado will give instructions. The boys will also tell him, look, some of these things is difficult to implement because of what we are facing. And to be frank, I would have preferred if Ashimeru had come on about 20 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
But also, to be honest, I didn't think Ashimeru would have the sort of impact that he would have when he came on because I thought that he will need time to adapt to the pitch. Look, the way Ashimeru plays his football, the guy, for this game and for this 5 minutes performance, he's world class. Because for you to come in this Apotrobasa pitch, and it's look, Ashimeru played the 5 minutes like he was playing the game from the beginning.
That also not show that, okay, even though your concerns are genuine, that players might need time to adapt. That's also not show that players also sit on the bench knowing the condition they're going to play under. Can easily come in. Like, Ashmero did quite well with it.
You can be
Not so much
aware.
from Pencil, obviously, we can't blame him
Yes, I
because
can't
he didn't
blame
have time.
anybody, but the fact is, you can be aware of something, but the reality is different.
Sicho.
So that's what I'm saying.
Because
That
Nelson
look,
Lande, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Genuinely, there were mistakes. Some of these substitutions could have come much earlier. And to be frank, this is like, if you go back to the last 2 games that we played against Mali and against Central Africa, the substitutions were prompt.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, so to be frank,
it's not an auto-like
yeah, so
thing
it's not, it wasn't, oh, thank you. I was watching, I was like, nah, this is not my auto. Like, there clearly must be something wrong as to why they've delayed this thing after the last 10 minutes of the game before they are finally making changes. And for me, and my takeaway was, look, he watched that and he was like, look, the thing, no, right now, it won't work. Desperation time. And then he threw on the guys in the last 10 minutes to try and rescue something. Even the goal we conceded, the initial clearance from Mumim, he would have cleared it. It was a simple pass he was trying to make. The ball bubbled. He went to an Angolan. He tried to make the tackle. He slipped. The commentator was saying he should be careful. He slipped in trying to make that tackle. Which, if he had made contact with the player, and penalty.
That was
the pitch
one,
again.
Like,
then the ball was crossed. The ball bubbled just before it hit him again.
That's true.
The second clearance, he would have dealt with that ball. So look, when you look at the fine details of this thing, yes, in as much as you can say the pitch was bad, but if Ghana had won, Angola, and the Angolan head coach said it himself, a country like Ghana deserves a better pitch.
That's true.
Because to him, and we all know Angola's game plan, the pitch didn't
actually
help
affected
them.
his game
Yes,
plan.
they won.
In the end, they won by actually.
Yeah, it affected them. So you can't say that if the winning team is telling you that the pitch affected them, even though they've won, you can't tell the losing team to keep quiet because somebody has won the game, so he can't complain. It was a huge factor in the game. We have to point it out. It's not.
Let me my last point.
Okay, coach, your last point.
We've all agreed the
we do
pitch-
briefly Niger.
We've
game,
all
then
agreed the
get out
pitch
of
was
here.
bad. The man, the timing of his substitution, look him in the eye and say it was bad. Bad coaching.
So
Look,
in this case,
look,
you don't agree with
no.
in
Let
this
me
case-
point it out.
Okay.
The Angolan coach who was changing, doing his substitution on time and all that, where the Angola players, were they playing in the moon or in the sky? Where were they playing? I'm asking you, where were they playing? Is it not on the same page? But why is it that their coach could see the need to do his substitution on time?
No, but Angola,
No, if you tell
Angola
me-
were making defensive
No,
changes.
it's not true.
Oh no, wait, coach. The first
All
batch
their
of-
changes were not defensive changes.
No.
The
I
first
agree.
batch
The
was
first
to
batch
sit.
were defensive.
Uh-huh.
What was defensive?
And then the second
Then
one,
there's
he
when he
reacted.
brought the eventual goal scorer.
And then
Yes.
So
So it was a
was
first
that
batch was-
defensive change or there was a change?
Yeah, there was a change, and they were not playing on the moon.
They're not playing
They were
the
not playing
moon.
on the sky.
On the sky. They were
They were
playing
playing on the pitch. The
So
same
what the-
goddamn pitch.
Otto should have done the
Look,
substitution.
Situ,
If you're
Situ,
telling me that, oh,
do you
wait,
remember?
now, let me
Do you
learn
remember?
that.
No,
Let me
you've
learn.
spoken more than me.
No,
Do you remember?
let's
Do you remember that chance in the second half? Jordan's chance that was blocked.
Yes.
You remember that
Took
chance?
one touch and the defenders. Yeah.
Look, the pass that came to Jordan was the perfect pass.
Yeah,
On a good pitch, he's
One
taking that
time.
first time.
that's true.
And I know because I know him.
Yeah,
On a good pitch, he's taking that first time. The
but on that
goalkeeper
pitch,
has no
you have
chance.
to think.
But he had to think. If he takes the thing and the thing takes the ball, boom, over the bar, they'll say Jordan's chance.
Ooh.
So Jordan now had to control the ball. And that split second
Allow
allowed
the
the
defender
defender
to
to
recover.
close.
Yeah.
You see, you can't look at some of these
Little
small. It's these small things. Oh.
The
You see,
Angolan
sometimes
player.
we do it. Oh, it's just
So-
pitch.
The
So-
Angola player who scored the goal,
Yeah.
he could have taken the touch.
Oh, come on, coach. Come on.
No, but that
Coach,
is what you
don't do
want.
that.
No,
But
He could have taken
the
the
guy
touch.
scored a goal from like half a
he
yard.
could have also taken the touch.
But coach, this is what I have to say about
Coach,
the
You're
serious.
a very bad
You see,
man.
you people, you should stop that.
No. Excuses for Otto.
No.
That
But
is
these
what
are
you are
facts.
doing.
No.
That is what the two of you are
No.
doing.
Okay, so this
You
one
are
you are
making,
trying to find an
you are
excuse
making
for the man.
excuses for the
No, coach.
ministry and the NSC. The pitch is bad. And it has a
pitch is
direct.
bad.
It has a direct
The point I'm making
impact
is that
on what is happening on the
It
game.
doesn't have a direct impact on Otto's coaching.
It does.
Okay,
On
coach.
when
does.
he should be changing and not
It
rotating.
does.
Coach, okay, this one.
You keep a player who boarded the flight, came to Ghana less than 24 hours to the game or within 24 hours, you keep him in there for 80 minutes. You are blaming the pitch for that.
Okay.
What sort of coaching is that?
Now this is what.
Wait, let me learn. What sort of coaching is that?
Why should we wait?
I know what sort of coaching is that.
Hey, Situ,
I know how
Situ,
to do it.
No, you are being partial.
Situ.
to us,
How
to us.
is it being partial?
What sort of coaching
When
is
I was
that?
talking, you were talking plenty.
What are you talking
How about
about?
being partial?
No, but you are trying to find a way to look.
But you said you was.
It was look. It was bad.
You know,
Tell him.
see, you know, we were there here. You know, we were there here 2 weeks ago. You said that Delict should start. Is it not you who said Delict should
He
start?
started.
Do you know? You said he should start.
He should start.
You said
Did
he
you
should
see
start.
him well?
No. Did you say he should start?
I said
or
he
not?
should start.
Thank you. How many training sessions had he had before you said he should start?
Oh,
How was it?
the man was
And
training
you
with
even
Bayern
pointed
Munich.
out. You even pointed out the last time he
Delict
had played a
was training
competitive
with
game
Bayern Munich.
was in April.
Wait.
He didn't train anywhere.
Preseason with Bayern. He didn't
He didn't train anywhere.
When
But
he
he said
training
Delict
on
to
his own,
start.
He came.
But it
He was
is
training
it
on
is
his own.
Elisha and Jordan who played on Friday. It was a Saturday. Who can start?
But coach.
Listen.
Is it that much of a big deal?
This is what I want to say about
Because
the
Ten
picture.
Hag is smart. That's why
No.
when Delete came, we didn't make him start.
No, but hang on.
Delete started after
Coach.
game number 3 or game number
Then on
3.
your biggest game, you started.
What are you talking about?
No, but you said he should start
No,
the first
no,
game.
But coach, this is what I want to say about the pitch. You see, there is something we can't discount. And you, coach, you know this more than any of us here because you're a coach. Football, the very best footballers have something you can't coach. It is instincts. Football is played on a high level instinct. The moment you have to think through every move because of a condition, there is a problem.
A serious one.
Now, you see, when a team like when the players pass a simple ball, they were exposed in the game that Thomas Partey. whose
No,
past
but
selections are so.
why are
Oh,
you
coach, let me finish.
You are
Let me
making the thing sound
No,
as
no,
if
let me
I'm
make-
not admitting that the pitch was bad.
The
The pitch was bad.
I'm giving a different
But I'm
angle to
saying
it.
that shouldn't have affected basic coaching decisions.
So we agree
Basic
with that.
coaching
But I'm
decisions.
saying that no. So okay, so there are two things. We are talking about
Coach,
we are talking about execution. I'm talking about execution. I agree with what you said about coaching. I'm talking about execution. Even for the team that started. What I'm saying is that when footballers start thinking about every move before they do it, there's a
Serious
problem.
problem.
Because even Thomas Partey, who has one of the best pass selections in the game, there were times where a Thomas Partey in an Arsenal, a pass that you play once, to get it quickly, he takes a touch, the space is closed, he will turn and give a
That
simple pass.
agree. The
I'm
Angolan
saying
players
that
too would take one touch.
Players
before the
couldn't
pass.
act instinctively.
Who told you it was the Angola's player preference to be ballooing the ball as and when they did that?
Because that's what we are saying, or that's what I've said. What I'm saying is that the pitch was bad to the extent that our players couldn't instinctively do things.
Agreed.
Great. But now on the game, look, for me, the team that started, I'll always start Ashmira ahead of Elijah Owusu.
All day,
It doesn't matter the
all
opponent.
day.
I don't care who the opponent
All
is.
day.
I don't see what Elijah does
Elijah
defensively off the ball. That Ashmiro is even quicker across the pitch. So if it's about covering
Elijah
some,
Owusu,
I
he's
think
always
I will
safe.
start
He
him
played
every
5
day.
yards, 10 yards,
I will start him every
15
day.
yards, then you 20 yards, then you go, give it to me, quick. Then 5 yards, then backwards, sideways.
Then I get your concern about Jordan. But then if Jordan doesn't start, then who starts? The reason why I think Otto's goal
There
went
is
with the
Naki, there is
Look,
Semenyo,
for me,
there is Brandon.
So Brandon could be the one. For me, Iñaki, I don't trust him down the middle. It doesn't matter what anybody. That's
What
personally.
about Brenda?
So I said Brandon.
What
could
about
be.
Semenyo to
I
the
don't
middle
trust
and
Anton
then
Semenyo down the middle.
No, but
And
that would
there's a reason why at his club side, he's never really consistently be the main guy. He's either off the main guy or around the main guy.
off
So
the
there's
main
that.
guy on the right, not on the. So if you
Oh, no.
cannot
So
play him
you
on
can
the
play
right,
him
let him
behind
sit
him.
down.
So
Let him sit down.
So I'm saying that.
Have you seen him play on the left at the
Coach,
club side
why?
before?
Why?
Coach, let me
Let's
make
know
a
that.
point.
Yeah,
Let me make
fair
a point.
point to me and justify
No,
what you are
I'm
doing.
holding a point. So allow me to land, then you can
I
appreciate
said
it.
put a Semenyo. You say
No, that
at
is
club
your
level,
viewpoint.
He shouldn't be on the.
I said, I don't trust
on the
Marcelo
left.
Manai.
I will see him on the
But
left.
I can understand why Otto did it. So listen to what
You
I'm
always
saying.
understand.
No, I can understand. It
You
might not
that
have
But
was-
worked.
you
always
understand
understand.
Ten Hag's
Ah, you understand
decisions.
Ten Hag's
You
decisions.
understand
You
Ten
always
Hag.
understand
what
why
I'm-
Otto did. Why Otto did.
What
that.
I'm saying is
Ghana plays better
If you look at the
Manchester
if you look at
United,
the
it's
first
not my
half,
taxpayers' money that
If
they
you
used
look
to
at-
take
if you
care
look
of
at the
them.
first
Black
half,
Stars is
you
my
don't
taxpayer money. So
if
I
you look
don't
at the
care
first
about
half,
I care about this one.
actually, our build-up was a 3-4-3. Elijah Owusu drop to the right-hand side of the back three. And then Salisu went to the left, the movement was in the middle. That is how we started building up in spells. That's a problem I have with Otto. Otto changes tactics, I think, sometimes too quickly. And that thing wasn't bad. And I can understand why he didn't go with the natural wingers in pencil at the start of the game. Because even Isaaku at the start of the game wasn't playing on the line.
Yeah.
Semenyo wasn't playing on the line.
All in.
And if you saw Tariq Lamptey's position, it was high
Yeah.
at the start of the game. Some 10, 12 minutes now, then he changed it.
A bad coach.
He changed it. Then so when we were in fact, in the first half, Kudus was playing alongside Partey.
Yeah.
Like two, they were flat. Kudus was playing very deep. And and then Semenyo and Saku were playing in the pockets. Now my thing is, Pencil cannot necessarily play. It's not the most effective in the pocket. It's a proper winger, and I love him for that. So if you want to play proper wingers, Pencil all day. But with his thoughts and his game plan that I saw in that first
That's why
12 minutes,
Pencil didn't start.
that is why Pencil didn't start.
Ah.
However, when it changed and you went into the break, you should have brought on players who would hang the line for you. So I agree with you on that.
The man wasted the whole 45 minutes.
So I agree with you on that.
So what I want you to admit is that if you are asking Semenyo
Yes.
and Isaaku to talk in, so that who gives the team with?
So,
Ali Dusedu?
and that is why
Tariq could do it. Ali Dusedu doesn't have the ability to do that. So why are you asking this one?
So that is why in the post-match, when he said Ali Dusedu was too high up the pitch, personally, I was surprised because if Elijah drops to the left and Salisu moves to the right and Salisu moves to the left and Tariq is high up the pitch, why shouldn't Ali be?
But by the second half, Semenyo moved more. He moved wide. He moved wider. At least like the last 15 minutes of the
Because
second
Semenyo
half.
from the left
Semenyo
always
moved
go
a bit
in.
So
wider.
he changed that. So no, in fact, as Aludu going forward and going high, it stopped sometime in that first half.
Yeah,
So the team's attitude changed. And the team didn't necessarily play well in the first half. However, in the second half, there was a bit more urgency to the game. The boys realized that they had to, you see, and that's the thing the problem I have with Ghana. So they had a bit more urgency, not necessarily by plan. It wasn't like something changed tactically giddy. The players just were trying to move the ball quicker, winning some fouls somewhere, playing some shots. Isagu trying to cross and sometimes even overcooking it and all of that. And it backfired. My issue is, and like I said, in that second half, if Otto didn't make the subs early, it was always going to be difficult for him to make it at the time the team was picking momentum. And that is why good coaches like Pep Guardiola, they've mastered that thing and it beats teams. When a team is in good condition and in good momentum and they are fit, you don't disrupt it. We've seen teams lose games because they made certain changes and players didn't warm to the game.
Yeah, like Ten Hag against Brighton.
Players didn't warm to the game and it backfired. So there is that. But let's move the conversation on and talk about what is to come against Niger briefly. Then wrap it up today.
We are playing in Marrakesh.
Yeah, playing in Bekan.
Yes, Bekan.
In Bekan.
Proper pitch.
Yeah. So let me start off with you there. What has to change?
Proper pitch.
Obviously, the pitch will change.
It's against Niger.
So now the pitch has changed. What then has to change in the application that we saw?
Why?
Are we going to go with the same?
Are they robots?
But Niger will play on the same pitch.
They will play on the
same pitch.
Would they play on the moon?
When it's for Otto there.
No, I'm asking
Angola
you.
is playing in the moon.
When it's for Otto there.
No,
Now
but
I
you
know.
said proper pitch. I said the opposite Niger. No more.
You say it's against Niger. I'm asking you then.
Adrabraka 11 will beat Niger. I'm telling you.
But we play against it's a now must win.
I can select Adrabraka 11 will beat Niger.
I have a feeling Otto is stubborn. He will approach the game the same way he did approach it here in Kumasi.
I'll be surprised.
Trying to prove a point that it would work for your pitch. That's my thinking. Otto will do the same thing, and when he's done, he will tell us that, well, on a better... And no, Otto won't even say it. The media will say it for him. And they'll ask him at the press conference, and he will do the same thing against Niger to prove a point.
The starting lineup today can beat Niger, but I don't want to see it against Niger.
What would you prefer?
I'll start with Ashimero. Look, Otto hasn't had a competitive game where he can go out and play that football freely. That football he promised us. That free-flowing, attacking football. And I'm using the word freely.
Yeah.
Against Mali, he had to be cautious. Against Central African Republic, we all know how strong they are on a counter-attack. He had to be cautious. Today, he had to be a bit cautious. Niger is the weakest team he's faced so far. In fact, Nicaragua and Niger, since he started coaching the Black Stars.
Yeah.
Nicaragua in his first team.
That one's the revitalized shot.
Niger on Monday. Look, I will start with Ashmero and Partey in the middle. I will play Ebenezer Annan at left back. Not left wing back. I'll play him at left back because this is a sort of game
Niger
where...
won't have a lot of the ball.
Thank you. You would need your fullbacks to provide proper weight and attacking potency up front.
Will you stay with Tariq?
Oh, I'll stay
Or
with Tariq.
Schindler?
No. Tariq and Ebenezer Annan. And then...
But I think you could have done a better job on left back, maybe.
Oh, Sicho.
I think what would have been smarter was if Schindler played right back today and Tariq played.
Yeah.
Like that one would make more sense. But it's fine.
Some way.
Mumin and Salisu, I'll maintain that. I'll play Ashmeru Partey. Then I'll play Jordan as a number 9. I'll play Kudus. I'll play Fatah Isahaku. And then I'll play your boy, Pencil. That will give us more potency. Direct, quick, free-flowing football. And then this is a sort of game where, you see, encourage the boys to kill it early.
Yeah.
If we can get a comfortable, like a 1-2-0 lead in the first half, then you can bring somebody like Ibrahim Osman. Because you see, players like this going forward, and Otoadum said it himself, he's building a team for the next AFCON.
Yeah.
In the next year, you need a player like, you see,
boys, yeah.
We can't do that Abdul Mumi experiment and every day he's in the team and he's not playing it, then one day you just put him inside. This is a sort of game where you need the people who are starting to do a professional job early so that to provide the leeway for the likes of Ibrahim Osman and co to come on, Brandon and co. We need players like that to start feeling comfortable.
Yeah. Francis Abu.
Thank you. Because to be frank, their profiles are long term.
Yeah.
So if by 60th, 65th minute, we are leading.
Will you be surprised if Foster Mankwa starts with Thomas Partey? He's been around the team now. He's trained a lot. Foster Mankwa could.
Either he or Ashimero. I'll not be, but not Elisha. I need a more progressive partner too.
I'm not a big fan of Elisha. Like, I don't like to say that to any player, but I'm just not a big fan of Elisha. Not that he's terrible, but
For me, he's not he's not my
Look,
favorite player.
you
But he
don't
has his
put
good
him-
team.
safe.
along somebody who is very similar to him.
But who's he similar to?
Thomas Partey is not a progressor of the ball any longer.
But Thomas Partey's balls are
As in a
forward.
carrier.
Like,
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
man-
He will pass it.
by your man in
But-
own
He
EBAU.
can square them backwards. That one I know.
No, by your pray. We like players
Oh.
like that. You get like that. No, you see, Elisha be then kind play. No, to be frank, Elisha is not the most beautiful player to watch, but he's an essential.
I think he's
and
effective
when you
at
use
something.
him, thank you. When you use him well,
in the midfield three.
It be the Mali game. Yeah, it was a Mali game.
Yeah.
The Mali
The Mali
when
game
he
like
came-
this. He do him job.
solid. The Nigeria
Yeah,
game
he do
solid.
him job.
Like if the kind games
Yeah.
where, when you had that somebody
He's
where
effective at something.
at something,
Like a
but
very a player that when they give him instruction, whatever happens, you
do
deviate.
it. Yeah, you do
So coaches
exactly.
will love him. But fans
So
and
that was
others might not
His
necessarily.
instruction today was to do this.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Control,
Yeah,
That
pass.
was
back
the
is not
result.
good. Control and
That was
pass.
the
The
result.
back is not good. Don't force issue. But to be frank, in that Niger game, again, insist on the look. Start it quick. Make it quick and painless.
Mm.
First half, if you can get a comfortable 1-2-0 lead, or even by the 60th minute, you are leading by a couple of goals. Then you come out the Jordans
boys
and
and then-
come out Kudus.
Yeah.
Let the Brandons and the Ibrahim Osman, those boys, let them come on. And you see, those are the sort of opportunities that these boys will they
they're
relish.
relishing.
They
Yeah,
are
they're
looking
relishing,
for
yeah.
these opportunities because the opposition is not that strong. The playing surface is good. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
Niger
Niger,
fans,
yeah.
no
They-
Ghana
they are not
fans.
traveling
It's free.
to-
The
yeah.
TV paid and go watch for. Without one TV, nobody.
Not you know, you will shout for your house, you know, reach Morocco.
Nobody. So that's what I'm looking at. I put everything on this team. You will see Auto Ball on Monday.
Coach, Auto Ball on Monday.
Against Niger, he doesn't have an option. If only he has a ball that I have not seen. I don't know what auto ball is. I can't identify his style of play with this.
For
team.
the game against some spells in the game against Mali and Central African Republic.
You saw that as a star
So it was what?
against that Mali team.
But coach, if the thing is bad,
Oh, my
no, I don't understand. No, I just want a quick
Let me
clarification.
land.
No, you land.
When you
no,
say something is a star, what does it mean?
no, I'm saying that.
Do you know auto star?
If it is, I know Auto Star. Auto
What is
Ball
a
is
star?
sweet. It's nice.
You see,
It's
creates
when I'm,
chances.
you see,
it's back,
look,
back, back,
when
back,
I'm
back, back.
critiquing the man, let me critique him
No, look,
professionally.
feel free. I'm
And I
just
know
saying
you
that
know.
when the thing is
You know
bad,
Auto
you say
style
it's
of
bad.
play.
So when the thing is good, why don't you want to
Did
attribute
you
it to
listen
him?
to his question?
He said his style.
Autos, I don't see a star.
Okay.
I mean, who star?
How do we
Yes.
deal with Niger?
He
on
did
Monday?
so well to beat Mali in Mali. I still maintain against Car here,
You should have lost.
we robbed the people. The penalty we were giving was not a penalty.
They should
They
have
scored a perfect goal,
They should
which
have had a
was disallowed.
penalty as well.
They should have had a penalty. I still maintain that. I won't change that. Go watch the game again. 4-3.
No, I agree with you.
They
on
should
that
have
one.
won the
I
game.
remember
We should have
they had a
lost that
penalty,
game,
should have
yeah.
been a pen.
The goal is scored. I went back to look at the replay. It was a clean goal.
It was a clean goal.
Oh, no, go.
But then, you see, the two of you
No, I
connived
know what
that
I'm saying.
day.
I don't know, but
No, I didn't watch on
I
TV.
agree with you.
But
It
you
was at the
disagree
stadium.
with me.
I disagree because
Including
my
Appiah.
view from the stadium, I didn't see
You
that
agree.
offside.
I think you are the only person who agree with me.
But if I don't understand you. I watched it in the stadium and I
Yeah.
said it on the pod that what I saw, I
So
didn't see
you didn't
offside.
see
After
it.
And
I
I'm
was
saying,
looking at
and
it,
we
I'm
sat
telling you
here
that
today
you were
and I
right.
said
And
that-
I'm telling you you were
No,
right. You are telling me I
it's-
should go back
no,
in time.
I
How
sat
can I
here.
go back in time?
DK, I put it to you
Uh-huh.
that you had watched that goal on TV
I'd not
before we
watched
had
it.
the party.
I'd not watched it.
Okay, let's move on.
So,
But then, see,
Niger.
Let's go.
you know the FIFA highlights didn't have that disallowed goal.
No, that one. Like, people didn't
If it
catch
a
that.
long, I want a
Yeah.
boy sad and things didn't get
Yeah.
a long.
So
You never
I
saw
wasn't-
what
wasn't
it
it?
is.
Salah
It wasn't in the official.
So I'm shocked that you knew all this. You're asking me about Auto Star. We can't start. Starting Aduan
You can have a style and still be losing.
Aduan mean
Like Ten Hag. Ten Hag has a
Aduan.
star.
You understand?
Coach,
Against
that's Ten Hag
Niger,
have a star.
it's not about Ten Hag. How do you call it? Against Niger. Against Niger. Now if you put, I say Adabraka 11 will beat Niger. So he has no excuse.
I mean, not disrespect.
No.
Niger.
No.
Discounting
No.
what the ability could
How
do.
would you accept it if you don't beat Niger? You.
I mean, they say in Africa they are no
Oh, I see. Don't behave like in a. Would you accept if you don't beat Niger? Now you are doing.
Charlie, the Angola defeat, I don't accept Salah Niger.
So that's it. So look, we need to bounce back.
Right.
Truth be told, we need to bounce back. It's the second game of the qualifiers. We cannot go to Morocco and not redeem ourselves by making sure that we go back to 3 points. We don't know. Sudan, Angola is going to be keenly contested. After Niger, we host Sudan, we go to Sudan. 2 very difficult games. Clearly, if the pitch of Babaya doesn't improve, be ready for another shocker.
Cote d'Ivoire.
That pitch also
Sudan.
fits Sudan needs.
Oh, that good. That will go to Cote d'Ivoire.
You understand?
We are writing to CAF.
So I think
It's a must win.
we will beat we will beat Niger.
Let's spend a minute or two before we wrap up the pod on Sudan and Kwesi Appiah. It's Ghana's own Kwesi Appiah. He qualified Ghana to the World Cup, played in the AFCON with Ghana a couple of times. He looked like his coaching career was done. And some way, somehow, he's rediscovered it. It's not only Kwesi Appiah. He was there with the now Black Stars goalkeepers trainer, Fatah Dawda, and also Ignatius Osefuso as his assistant.
You remember?
They're
I
doing an
told
incredible job.
You remember I
They're yet
told
to
you-
lose the game.
You remember I told you we should have given him the job.
Yeah, I remember we had a conversation.
Because of the pettiness
The
of
politics in and
Ketu
around.
Kreku and this very FA people, they are not straightforward people. Because nobody can tell me that at the time of giving Otto the job, he was more qualified than Akwasi Appiah. Nobody. Unless you are dishonest. Otto, the coach of Akwasi Appiah. He doesn't. What? Akwasi is here, he's here. If you give Otto the Sudanese team, what Akwasi is doing with them, he cannot do focal half. He won't do it.
I'm tempted to agree with you, you know.
He cannot do
But
it.
he's doing an incredible job with Sudan.
So
It's
therefore-
amazing.
Me, I'm not surprised at what the man is doing. Those of us who believed in him as, I think, in this modern era, one of the best Ghanaian coaches we have seen, will always support him. And I think that it would be another plus on his CV to get Sudan to qualify for the AFCON. Although they are first in the World Cup, I still want to be here because he's contesting that group with a very good team in Senegal.
Yeah.
I want to see
How far it is that.
how far it go. But I think, look, it would be a plus if he qualifies Sudan.
And I'm sure Angola were looking at the AFCON draw and be thinking that, oh, Ghana, Angola, it could be us, it could be Ghana, it could be Angola, but Sudan are no pushovers now under Kwesi Appiah. So that is what makes this group, you know, even more exciting. And Ghana's defeat to Angola at home, a dangerous one.
That's why we need to beat. And you see, we need to.
As for
beat-
Niger, everybody can beat Niger. So
everybody will beat Niger home and away.
Everybody will beat Niger. So,
So
you
we'll cancel
right now,
each
Ghana
other
has to
out.
go and take some 3
Ghana
points
will
from
have
either
to go and
Sudan
or
Angola.
away from Ghana.
So it be some way. Yeah,
He
Danny.
had. Look, we've put ourselves in a very precarious situation.
Yeah.
Today, when the ball went up for 5 minutes, to be frank, I was looking at it, I was like, let's just keep it at
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But unfortunately, we've lost. And now we are shit because Sudan have beaten Niger. And as you everybody will beat Niger. Like Niger are the whipping boys in the
In
group.
the group.
If you go and slack and you draw with
Draw
them,
against Niger, you
then
do your-
just give up. Don't,
You do
don't
ya.
play again.
Charlie, you make my heart call too.
No, it's
As we talk, you know
possible.
what's coming inside?
Oh.
Like Ghana good draw against Niger for Monday.
We slack.
Whoa!
No, we slack. If it happen here, we
if
slack.
that happens, we'll do the podcast on Monday. Quick. We'll do a new podcast on Monday. Quick.
I won't come.
You won't come.
Hey!
Come and do it at your house.
No, don't go up it, don't go up it.
Oh, I see.
You don't go up it.
I think, look, Kwesi Appiah is doing a wonderful job.
Yeah.
And I'm also a big fan of Kwesi Appiah. I maintain that his shortcomings with this Black Stars team wasn't about coaching.
Yeah.
It was about management.
Management.
And it wasn't about him.
politics.
Yeah, politics. So for me, I'm happy. And you see, for people like him, and you remember, I was saying it back in the day, he's an easy target.
Mhm.
Easy target because he wasn't the most popular amongst the fans.
True.
And he was also not the most popular among the establishment. So the establishment can easily hang him out to dry and the fans will take it. So Kwesi Appiah has become a narrative. So for him to go to Sudan and is now proving everybody wrong, that Black Stars qualifying Ghana to a World Cup, the first Ghanaian to do that, wasn't a fluke. Taking us to an AFCON. Taking us to an AFCON semi-final.
Semi-final, yeah.
What's back to back? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
the semi-final
2013.
and quarterfinals.
Yes, taking us to a World Cup, taking us to an AFCON semi-final. It wasn't a fluke. he's actually a really good coach. Some of the best games that we've seen, I always maintain it, the best Black Stars games that we've seen in the last 10 years.
Last 20 years.
Last 20 years.
Last 20 years.
Appiah.
We scored plenty goals.
Our biggest wins have been
Egypt here, man.
Egypt 6-1, Lesotho 7-0.
We scored
5-1.
plenty.
It's been all Kwesi Appiah. Like the big wins in the past 15 years.
Got the best
Kwesi
out of
Appiah.
Majid Waris, David Akam. I remember his combination between Maris and Asamoah Gyan.
Achu.
That partnership became Charlie some way.
Christian Achu.
Yeah.
Jordan. Like the guy was able to put Achu, Jordan, Dede, Jan all in one front four.
Yeah.
And it worked.
It worked.
Like he's good. So I'm happy he's gone there with a less fancy team where they'll give him, they've given him the freedom for him to do what they want to do because they don't really expect much.
Yeah.
He's currently sitting on top of the World Cup qualifying group and he's level on points with Angola in the AFCON group. So for me, I'm happy and I share his sentiments. He said that he wanted Ghana and Sudan to qualify. I also wanted Ghana and Sudan to qualify. Right now, we go slack with dash 3 points to Angola. So right now, it means we have to go to Luanda. But I'll say this here. Otto, I believe the guy. If Chris Hughton could go to Luanda and go and draw, Otto can go to Luanda and go and win.
All right. So on that note, then
If Otto can lose in Ghana, he will go to Luanda and go and lose. What are you talking about?
I love my guys, man. Guys, thank you very much. We had to meet today. We just had to meet today to review the Black Stars game against
I know
Angola.
something has happened, Charlie. Try.
Open.
Just like history has been made.
Yeah. History has been made.
According to FIFA's records, so I know be somebody in personal records where somebody go, if you score for training, then you take.
Oh,
According to FIFA records.
Record. Cristiano Ronaldo has scored 900
Goal
goals.
number 900.
We have 100 more to go to reach 1,000. We will get there.
Then we'll get it.
Even if it takes us 10 years, we'll play.
We'll
We are
get
fit. We don't get injured. We'll play. He can play every 3 days. No complaints. He scored the free kicks. He scored penalties. He scored headers.
Quick.
And so, yeah, he's got the most goals in Portugal, most goals.
By now,
by
you
European
end the
players.
podcast on the Black Stars 10 to Ronaldo.
Anyway, so
But his news is
I'm updating people.
he's updating people. He say you
Hey.
end the podcast.
Saga.
In fact, what do you think about it?
You
900 goals.
You
as a professional.
update people on Ten Hag then delete. And update Paul Ronaldo, they can make noise.
That's shock.
Charlie,
Ten Hag
yes.
and-
So please drop your comments. Let us know what you think about the Black Star. Drop your predictions as well. And head to Betway to also do all your predictions on there. Remember to use the bet code or the free code Mallam Go. Mallam Go. If you use Mallam Go, it's free bet for you on the Betway platform. Please subscribe to the platform, like it, share it, put on the notification
Ghana
button.
and over
And
2.5 against Niger.
Okay, coach, what's your prediction?
Ghana to win. I don't know.
Ghana to win. I think Ghana would win. And that is a game that pressure is on Otto because that is the game that since he took the job, it's had to play difficult games under different circumstances. This game is on a neutral ground in a very good pitch. You've got more quality than Niger. Let us see what Otto ball is all about. Good luck to the Black Stars. We'll see how that happens. Thank you for staying with us on the pod. On to the next one. See ya.